Hey Anno community, a very warm welcome to our very special, big news and gameplay-packed end-of-year game update stream. My name is Marcel, I'm the International Brand Manager for the Anno franchise, and we have a lot of stuff to share with you today. And when I say we, I mean two of my most beloved and dearest colleagues. Lisa, right here next with me.
Hi, I'm Lisa. I'm the Junior International Product Manager for Anno 1800.
And of course, a very familiar face to anybody who's watched Anno streams before, Oliver.
Hey, yeah, I'm the community developer for Anno. You might know me as Tholof on like various channels like Reddit or something. Yeah.
Also second best Santa Claus impersonator in this room right now.
Yeah.
That was a community vote, by the way.
Community vote.
You came in runner-up. Congratulations.
Who voted against me? I want a list
It
of
was
all names.
It was a secret vote, sorry, can't tell you. Yeah, as mentioned, we do have a lot of stuff to talk about today, and maybe let's start with a big announcement. Want to go ahead? Like some big news we have?
Yeah, of course.
Something to celebrate?
Yeah, thank you, Marcel. So, as you know, Anno 1800 launched in 2019, and we had an awesome journey right ahead. And now it's the time to say that we completed another milestone. We reached 2 million players, which is awesome. And for that special occasion, and because we want to celebrate that, we will give all of you 2 free ship skins for the Battlecruiser and the ship in line, which is, pretty amazing, I guess.
That is a really cool number. So yeah, definitely Anno 1800, as you know, as it was from the get-go, from the launch, thanks to all of you in the community, it was the fastest selling game in Anno's 23-year history as a franchise. And yeah, Ollie, shall we set sail?
Yeah, let's set sail.
Let's go to game screen.
All right, here we
there
go.
they are, right?
So we prepared a save, and here are our 2 ships. The Battlecruiser on the left, and we have you can select the 2 new screens from the menu as you used to. So you have this wonderful ornate skin here, which has the number 2 in the middle.
That's very humble of us, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Not showing off.
I mean, the advantage here, as you will see, is that it has a lot more space to put these kind of ornaments on, because turns out if you have a lot of cannons on your side, there's not that much space left for like ornaments. So there's a reason why you put the guns on top. That makes a lot of sense now.
Yeah.
But yeah, these are 2 cool new free ships skins that you're all getting next week when Game Update 13 launches on December 14th at 6 p.m. European Central Time, which is
12 p.m. East Coast
and 9 a.m. West Coast for American friends. If you're already awake and watching us, howdy. So, but that's not all the cosmetics we have to show today, right? There's something else.
I thought we just call it a day and.
Fair enough. See you.
Yeah.
No. No, you will have to wait until you can eat your chocolate Nikolaus. Because for those of you who are joining us internationally, today, December 6th, we celebrate Nikolaustag in Germany, which I guess is Santa Claus to some of you, depending where you live. And that means
they look very similar, the 2.
Yeah.
It's yes.
I think they differ in the hats, actually.
Yeah, but they could be like related, distant related.
Yes. But that means in Germany, traditionally, kids and also good developers get chocolate Santa Clauses, and Ollie brought some for us, but we have to wait to eat them. There's more stuff to show, some cosmetic stuff.
Says
maybe.
the person who already ate his.
Not all of it.
That's true.
Nope, not all of it. Some is left, like his feet are left.
Yeah.
Ollie, please, cosmetics. Go ahead.
yeah.
Stick to the program.
All right, so the next point on our agenda, so to say, is the cosmetic DLC. We released the dev blog last Thursday, so we already got like some descriptions of what you can expect in the DLC. We showed you some screenshots, and so of course now it's the time to show it live to you, and also to answer some of the questions I think we've seen, like how do you change the skins, and can you what's with the market hold and these kind of things. So as you can see, we have a smaller city here. We have our little tower and airship, and we have like all kinds of like all 5 tiers here. So as you're used to from skins, you can change the skin in the object menu of each building, and then switch between. Each gets 3 new skins. So let me show how to best show this off. So the first one is the brick skin, which gives these early huts like a more rustic hut, maybe like a bit more like the other ones look very farmhouse, and this gives it like a slightly more advanced.
A bit more industrialized. maybe.
Yeah. Then one of like it gives a completely different look. Obviously, is the colorful one. So all the skins depend on the respective model of each house. So depending on like since there are like I think 4 different model variations for the farmer's house, and the same for like the other tiers. So the model variations each gets their own specific look for these buildings. You have the inverted theme, which I think, if I remember correctly, is basically just the standard colors like shifted.
They
Like
swap the roof
right.
color and the wall color.
Judge Dredd is asking if Judge Dredd 62 is asking if maybe you could take a look at them with the ego. Is there an ego mode?
No.
Okay,
No.
unfortunate. But if maybe Ollie will just randomly start pushing buttons like he does in multiplayer games,
yeah,
and maybe we'll end up like
I thought
with
we
a closer camera.
actually
or something.
change some other buildings first, so we can maybe take a.
That's
a
fair.
little tour through the city, yeah.
So let's change also these 3. So we have one of each now. So again, let me just press random buttons.
So one question, I guess, that pops up every stream, so we have to address it every time. Where's the new Settlers? So we're the Anno team. Settlers is being developed by a different team in a different studio from us. So it would not be like we wouldn't want other teams to talk about our project in public. We don't want to talk about other. Like it's just a sign of respect. Like when they have news, I'm sure they will have some at some point. It'll be up to that team because I'm sure they would be very proud to talk about the game again. Just like we're super proud to be here today to talk about a lot of cool new stuff, having 2 million players, more than 2 million players for Anno 1800. And also you should stick with us until the end because it's Santa Claus, it's Saint Nicholas Day. So we of course have also like a small present for you at the end of the show.
Now I'm curious. Okay. Also, this is like obviously the all tiers like get their own variants. Like let's go for these artisans. They have the same variants as the others, which I personally like. I really love the which house am I on? Oh, never mind. This house I'm on. I think that the colorful variant fits the best to the artisans because it also like fits the whole theme of like being artisans and like.
This makes me think of ice cream for some reason.
Right.
Strawberry ice cream, which is the best scientific proven, by the way.
Yeah, except for chocolate, but dark
Or
chocolate.
Just vanilla.
Dark chocolate ice cream.
Really.
Okay, we have to end the stream here to settle our argument. No, but so you get these, and then the thing is that the tier 4 and 5 have like 2 different have a different look. They have the Nightlife skin instead of the inverted one.
Yeah. I personally
So-
love the Nightlife skin.
It's
It's
obviously
my personal highlight. Of
Kind of defeating the purpose point of the exercise if you look at them during the day. So
Yeah, let's check out the Nightlife
Yeah.
by night.
things look a lot different already if you have all the like neon signs and obviously like other.
Should we walk around now?
Yeah, we could do that. I mean, I just walked around in the other area, but I can. Obviously, here the same. Like each building variant gets their own. Let me see, where are we? Here, a music hall, a theater, a bar. You always want, and a casino. That's why I think we called it casino theme internally.
Yes,
but I
yeah.
think the
Yeah.
public name now is Nightlife, right?
Yeah, it's Nightlife.
Exactly. Yeah. So yeah, that shows you how fluent things can be. In
I think also called it casino in the.
exactly in the
In the
blog.
blog.
It's
Yeah.
still called
Yeah.
casino themed, but when it ships next week, when it releases for all of you, and you can buy it, wink wink, it's going to be called Nightlife theme.
Yeah, and I mean the thing is, it's a big city here, so let's change a few more buildings.
That's gonna take me.
Yeah, right. It would be cool if there was an easier way to do
Yeah.
that.
I mean, Ollie, you could just like start with the painting tool.
We got a painting tool.
Yeah, of
Ooh,
course.
let me take a look.
It's too complicated to just paint.
On this
every
one
building
here,
in
the
a row.
skin painter. Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
just
let me
to
see.
try it out. Yeah.
Okay, so if I just. Oh yeah. Okay, this is a
That-
bit
that
faster.
Anno team
admittedly, yeah.
always
yeah.
come up with the coolest stuff.
Yeah. Oh, okay, that's pretty useful. So I heard some people ask on Discord, like,
Actually,
Last week.
Mr. Ratleauge asked about this in his chat. just
Oh,
as
he
well, if
also
there's,
asked,
if there's a
okay.
way to change multiple skins at once. So
Yeah,
Okay.
thank God there is.
there you go. It's called the painter tool. unless it changes until next week. So for now, it's called a painter tool.
Yeah, and just an explanation here, you can basically, it rotates through all the available skin, like in from left to right as you see it in the object menu. So we just mark them again, it changes to the next skin in the line. So this is now the third one, which is the colorful theme, and you could just, repeat that. The next variant then would be the standard one. There we go.
So essentially, it cycles through all the available skins, right?
Yeah. Oh, and right, we got, since we talked about Nikolaus, right, and like it's Christmas almost, so
It's almost Christmas.
what happens if I click here? Ooh, look at that.
That's magic.
That's the time-limited variation that's only available between 24th of December and 7th of January, I
I
think.
think not even that long.
Yeah.
I'm not quite sure. I
The
thought
6th
it's
of
just
January.
I
I
thought it's just
until-
beginning of January.
No, I thought it was Three Kings. But anyways, what's changed now, Ali?
So the thing is that obviously we had to change the system behind it because we added skins to various buildings, including the marketplace. So instead of having the Christmas marketplace now to be like a timed exclusive thing, it's now available basically to choose. So you can at any time switch between the different skins for the marketplace, which includes the Christmas one. And the other two, we have this one here, which is like, to me
Farmers
looks more like a
market.
farmer marketplace,
Yeah.
even though a certain Takarasuka doesn't like it. I hope he's watching,
He is.
so he
he's
feels
in the chat.
shamed. Okay, cool.
Mr. Takarazuka. He says, farmer market, yay, no, I love it. Caps lock, leave me alone. Please, Oli, stop harassing our content creators.
Well, he
On
harassed
chat.
me because he doesn't like the welcome signs. He's probably like not a very welcoming person. I don't
Wow,
know.
that's
That's
Oli
probably him.
Wise.
That's probably why.
You know, this is what we put up working with Oli every day, essentially, this kind of mindset and attitude. Lovely. But yeah, to clarify it again, so the Christmas variation we previously had as a timed event skin is now permanent, so whenever you feel like it, you can turn your marketplace into a Christmas market. It, of course, goes well with our first cosmetic DLC, so that's present number 2 we have today, right? We got the ships and skins. Present number 2 is a free permanent
Yeah.
skin. Okay, but there's another present at the end of the show as well.
I even
so
I even
just
built
stick
like a
with us.
little Christmas market over here. I mean, it doesn't have the marketplace nearby, but it's like a.
Very cool, Oli.
I had too
You've
much
been-
time,
you've been-
clearly.
Yeah, I was just saying, okay, that's what you do when you work.
Yeah, working. Yeah. Yeah. So that's the cosmetic DLC. That's the content of the cosmetic DLC. Again, each variant of the building. So even including my favorite kind of. Can we find it here? This one, my favorite engineer's house, like the separated one. Each variant gets their own skin version, so that not all say casino or something on it, but have like their own specific fitting theme.
Yeah, I mean, so in total, these are 69 new skins.
And
Just
plus
nice.
the marketplace variants.
It's nice.
Yeah,
Something
and
new.
again, you can easily switch now with this tool and just repaint your inner city without having to click on each building separately.
So there's been a few questions about skyscrapers and no. So what exactly are those 69 skins that are in there? What's included in that? Which one of you wants to? Let's see who did their homework.
Who did their homework? Who wrote the cards, I guess.
Who's the only one with cards in this
lady
room?
lady with the cards.
So we have 69 skins, and that means that there are 4, each for tier 1, 2, and 3, 6 for each tier 4, and 5 each for tier 5. Yeah, and plus the 3 alternative
Markets.
skin variations for the markets.
Yep.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So there's new skins in the Vibrant Cities pack for all 5 of the old world tiers from the base game. Not anything new world and none of the DLC tiers.
Correct. Yeah.
And all of that, all the 69 skins can be yours for $4.99 next week, Tuesday, December 14th at 6 p.m. or whatever your local equivalent of 6 p.m. European Central Time is.
Yeah. I mean, it also
That's
with the
pretty cool.
different with the light, like reddish and like purple light, it also like adds the different, simply different color at night. Like instead of just having yellow or like the whiter light from the electrified buildings, it also adds.
I
like
mean,
this kind of-
it's a completely new vibe.
yeah.
I would love to go to a city like that right now in the night, like being able to do something. Yeah.
So just because the question is coming up again from N1602, the old Christmas card is still in the basement again. So the permanent skin is for all players.
Of course.
You
yeah,
don't have
yeah.
to buy the DLC. The Christmas marketplace skin is a permanent unlock that you can use whenever you want to for all our players. Just because we love you and we're very, very grateful for more than 2 million of you supporting us over the past 2.5 years. 2.5.
Yeah,
Time
again, like
is a
it
weird
was
construct these days.
the reason is simply that we had to work on the skins entirely and basically having two separate version, like separate systems for the same skin here that didn't work. That's why we, added it simply as a for everyone as like a skin you can
Yes.
pick.
And also
as
because
you-
there's some
you're
questions
choosing.
around this. Yes, all the skins are purely cosmetic. They do not confer any gameplay bonuses, malices, changes. It's purely for making even prettier cities.
Yep.
You know, however you want your cities to look like. There
Yeah.
was a lot of talking about that, but it's not the only thing we want to show today, right? There's something else that's pretty cool.
All right.
Actually, we have a few more things, but like there's obviously the big thing that we want to talk about today, and that is, Ollie, you want to talk a little bit about what this is and how it came about?
Right. So the second big topic, or like the biggest topic, I guess, of today's stream, is going to be the result of the Green Game Jam that we did in spring of this year. So you might remember we talked quite a bit about it. Like we announced it at the beginning, but like, what is the Green Game Jam? Like, why are we participating? So it's basically an initiative by the UN involving various video game developers. Ask them to do something with their existing games to highlight certain environmental issues. In this case, this year was around forests, right? So
Yeah.
deforestation, but it
Forest
also was
or ocean?
ocean
Yeah.
forest. Basically, was about coral reefs and this kind of thing as a theme. And so all kinds of developers participated in that, including our team, because we thought it's a cool thing to do. We also want to do our part in highlighting existing issues, and so we came up with a concept which has to be in our game, and it's basically a separate setting where you go and have to deal with issues you don't have to deal in the base game. Like, for example, the main thing here is pollution. Like, you don't really, there's a polluting factor in the base game, but like otherwise it's already like they don't feel as comfortable if there's a bit of smog in the air. And obviously now that's gone, the impact here was supposed to be a lot more, lot stronger. And there were also supposed to be other factors who also implement, like what happens if you cut down all the forest, what happens if you only plant monocultures. And so that's what was the idea behind the Green Game Jam. And that's what we've been working on for the last month, I guess.
Yeah. So essentially, for those of you who follow our channels closely, you know that I think it was in June we announced that we have participated in this year's Green Game Jam, that we won an award actually from the United Nations Environmental Program, which is pretty cool. Anno has obviously won a lot of awards, but if at the start of the year you've won, do you think your game is going to win an award from the United Nations this year? I would have probably said unlikely. Turns out we somehow did. And back then when we first announced this for you, we called it a separate mode. And actually what we've settled on, again, going through development, things can change a lot, is that it's a scenario, like in the classic Anno sense of being something apart from the main game. It's not part of the sandbox. It's a completely different experience. It's also probably, I think, if I'm not mistaken, maybe the most, high effort, most work put into it scenario in the history of Anno.
Yep.
Like a lot of work went into it. So, it's really not a normal scenario. It's a really a high effort thing that changes completely in some regards the way you play Anno 1800. And there's one more important thing that happened here in the chat. Rhinosaurus, which is a great name, says that this dude really rocks the Santa hat. So kudos from,
Thank you.
I guess, a dinosaur that's watching our stream, which is already pretty cool.
That's cute. Thank you. I'm glad this has their respective effect. Again, I feel like they're leaving some red bits.
Yeah.
So I'm a bit afraid of taking it off later and have like. Well, I'm glad that you like.
Especially it's sort of like when you move like in this thing, just.
Well, it's not even that bad.
I find it terrible. I find this absolutely terrible. But these are the things we do for love.
For
our
you,
community.
right? Community.
Yeah. So I'd say let's go.
Right. So let's start then our quest into the MGM. We skipped the intro, so you can look at it yourself.
Yeah. There's
later
a nice
on.
intro, but
Very
you
nice.
can.
It's
you
a really
can
nice
discover
intro.
that
It provides like a lot of
for yourself.
background, but yeah. So the scenario is called Eden Burning. This year being Eden, or the island called Laxoltuna.
Or what could be Eden one day, maybe again.
Yeah.
It might not
Maybe.
be right now, yeah, but it's like a wannabe.
If you do a good job, Ollie. then-
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, shall I just ramble on, or do you wanna one of you give out the background story for the island, for the scenario?
Well, I mean, we could tell that you're playing as Isabel Sarmento, and you got a letter from a person that's called Yaosca Rodriguez, which may sound a bit familiar to you.
Could be a
And
relation to somebody else.
yeah, but
Could
in
be,
the, in
yeah.
the indie connected Anno universe.
yeah, I mean,
It's
could
official right now. It's like the Anno.
The Annoverse.
Annoverse.
It's like the
It's essentially yes.
so they picked a
So
great name
it's,
with their Discord server.
Yaosca Rodriguez could be related to somebody else. Who knows? Maybe there's allusions somewhere in there to other things, but you'll have to play yourself. And I think maybe this is also important here for people to really get excited for this. That we should also point out that all of this, what we're showing you here, which is a new way to play Anno, it's going to be free for you, and it's coming in 8 days, December 14th, available freely for all of you as our big Christmas present. Another big Christmas present. Man,
Another
today's
one.
all about
Christmas,
It's all about
man.
giving
Yeah.
stuff away to our fans.
Even
Because
better
we love
that we
you.
put the hats on.
Hey.
Like it really.
Now, Ollie.
I've been just building away while you go for like the basics.
So,
So,
what's
yeah.
up with the bars?
the bars.
There's a lot of colorful bars I've never seen before in Anno.
Let me first build some streets so that people don't start complaining, and then I will talk about bars, which is not related to the bars and the casinos.
In the nightlife.
Yeah.
Scene, you mean?
Yeah,
not
the casinos and yeah. Right. So the beginning, as you can see, is like very normal. Yeah, you build your marketplace, you build your houses, and then you start like the first thing you're gonna look at is wood. But there also you can already see there's a new building, a new public building. So there are
new buildings actually in the air, right?
there are some changes to how you used to start your session, I guess. Again, this is going to be basically the two new world tiers. So you have the Jornaleros and the Obreros.
But they're not the same tiers. Even
But
that's
they-
like it's all super custom, right? It
But
has
yeah, you will see you
it's very different
can't
from the
build
base
as you
game.
used to, and you don't have the same buildings. It starts with that you need a water pump, for example.
Yeah.
Well, let's talk about the bars. Yeah, let me put some glasses, but otherwise I'm having issues with like the details here. Okay,
I'm not sure the real Santa wears glasses.
he does now.
Fair enough. I'm sure Rhinosaurus still thinks you rock. So
Cool. So the bars. So the main thing, like the main overview you will be looking at repeatedly during your playthrough is going to be the eco balance overview, because as we just explained, like everything, like in contrast to the main game, everything you do here has an impact on the environment, and you can always check that here and see, okay, what kind of factors are currently affecting the eco balance in these three water quality, soil quality, and air quality aspects. So you can see there's quite a few of like ruins on the island, as we can just have a look at those in a moment, which all have like a very negative impact on the environment. While like, for example, the fact that there are still quite a few fish in the ocean, which depending on our actions might not be the case for a long time, has a positive impact on the water quality, for example. And so everything you do will impact that, will decrease or increase the regeneration rate. And you can always see, like, when you go below this threshold, negative events might occur that you might have to counter. And these are like really bad negative events, which have like an actual negative impact, like a debuff basically on your various aspects.
and you may even see some effects of that
You
in the
will
world, right?
you will see the effects in like especially like I love the really ugly water. If you decrease the water quality, it looks absolutely horrible.
So yeah, like it can really look like a wasteland
Like
if you
sewage, yeah.
don't play it properly.
So it's really not nice to look at basically. And yeah, if one of the bars goes to 0, you lose the scenario. So as you can see, 2 out of 3 bars are fine. You just have to tackle the soil quality for the moment. But let's take a look at the ruins I've been talking about.
Yeah, what's up with all the ruins? Like there was a lot of talk about Pythorians in the
There was a lot of talk.
in the
Yeah.
eco balance.
So Lisa, do you want to
Yeah, I mean,
give it an overview?
so basically, there are a lot of ruins that are left on the city or on the island, and your job first should be to remove these ruins because they are affecting your island very negatively. So first tip, get rid of them. And here Ollie showed you a very big project that for if you want to win the scenario, you need to complete the project. It's a dam, and as you can see, there are a lot of ruins on that. So in the scenario, you need to get a lot of resources and also manpower. So it's very important to grow your settlement so you can finish the project of the dam.
Yeah, that's going to be your main
That's
project.
Also, that was the image you used on social media for the teaser, right?
Exactly. It was a night shot, obviously, but like let me do this, and then you have the
so
shot.
that may look familiar to anybody who's been following us on Twitter recently. And if not, what's wrong with you? Seriously, we have quality Twitter content. Every second Monday, Ollie goes like we send him down deep into the meme mines. He comes back with the
Best.
something. He comes back with something every 2 weeks from the meme mines. Meme mines, yes.
Yeah. The cool thing is I'm not even doing that by myself anymore, so I got like minions for that now. So it's like I don't even need to do that myself.
Wait, so whenever like there's something funny, was Celeste who did it?
No, if it's funny, it's for me.
Oh, wow. I hope you get in so much trouble.
Also, there was a question from Anne 1602. She pointed out that there was a city on the left side.
Was there?
Can we have a look at that, please, Ollie? Come on.
Right. So this is a city where your contact Joska lives. They have a really nice like city here.
But can we do
little
something
harbor.
in this city?
No.
Not
It's just for decoration.
just for the look.
No, but
these are the people that ask you for help with clearing the rest of the island that has been polluted and devastated by the Pythorians.
exactly. So the Pythorians were here before, and they built this generator, and the people here are like, they really like having electricity now. They just don't like where it's coming from, basically. And that's why the dam gets into like, and we went, okay, we would like to continue having the electricity, but can we do it in like a slightly more environmentally friendly way with the dam instead of like polluting generator? So this is where they basically asked us, or us as like Isabel, to help them out. And yeah, the city got the special thing because it has a research center. So like that's the big thing. And they can help us because they are working on all kinds of things which might help us in our quests and during our challenges to reduce the pollution. So they like you can get various items. They always cost some resource, so it's basically crafting of sorts. And they always usually come with like a clear up and a downside, so it's never like an easy choice. From at least for most of them, and we will also always need to provide a certain resource for this. Like you can see, tools is a second one. There's a new good that you need to produce, and
there's new goods as well.
There are also new goods, but you can see there's lots of items.
This is crazy. That's really is a lot of effort that went into this scenario. So
yeah.
We hope.
Do we want to say something about the permanent and temporary ones?
Permanent and temporary? Like sounds like a roguelike almost or something like that.
It could, you might have already almost mentioned that in one of the blogs.
Actually?
Yeah.
To be honest, I don't read your blogs usually.
Thank you.
I read the ones from Celeste because they're great. No, so yeah, what we thought it would be cool, because obviously it's something very different from Anno. Normally in Anno you play a sandbox game for a very long time, and just keep building and iterating on it. Here we thought it would be cool to give you like a little bit of incentive, because quite honestly, we expect that a lot of players may fail the first time they do this, which is totally fine. It's a very different experience with the bio balance, keeping that in check. So we thought it would be cool, if you fail, like with a roguelike, but you learn something, you get some wisdom. Hey, what should I do different the next time? Or there's some tricks I learned, and also maybe can get some items that help you along the next time. Also, you may have seen this very briefly at the start. There's 3 different completion tiers. So like you can get a bronze, a silver, or a gold medal for completing this. I think we're going to be very interesting, especially to see how many people in the community get the gold medal, because there's been some discussion about that in the team, where some people thought it's really, really tough to reach. But I'm sure, you know, we have some crack players out there in the community that there will be those. So we're definitely looking forward, you know, when you reach a gold medal in Eden Burning, share it with us on social media, share it in the forums, Discord, Reddit, whatever. We want to see that. We want to prove to people who said it's too difficult wrong.
Yeah.
But yeah, so yeah. If at first you fail, try again. You know, bring the wisdom you learned from the previous run and maybe some permanent items.
Yeah, because that's the thing. Like you can. There, I just quickly showed it. So you might have seen it when I hovered over it. But there's, for example, the forester, which we already have in the construction menu down there. There's like a limit. Yeah, like it says limited use version. So basically, you buy it in that playthrough and can then use it to build a forester. But there's also the significantly more expensive but persistent version of that item. So basically, if you research this or craft this and then fail and restart, the item will be in your inventory. So you start right away with this specific item, which obviously makes it a lot easier because you can reforest your island right away instead of like first
Yeah, so
doing
essentially,
it
for
later.
example, what you could do, you know, like in a roguelike, when you see, hey, maybe this is not a good run right now,
Yeah.
you can say, okay, I'm gonna fail anyways. I'll try to see if I can buy some of these items, bring them over for me next time, and then next time maybe it's gonna be a really good run. So yeah, it's a very different approach to how you play Anno 1800. We're really super stoked. As mentioned, you know, the team has been working on this a lot. Like, it's taken us several months. As you can see, there's a ton of stuff that's new, that's custom about this, that's very different from the core sandbox gameplay of Anno 1800. So we're super stoked, you know, to see all of your reactions and feedback to that. When it's coming out for free next week, keep that in mind. All of this stuff, it's not a new DLC, it's free. All of you can play it if you own the game, of which there are more than 2 million of you now who play the game. So
Amazing, yeah.
it really is amazing.
Also,
Unlike these hats, goddammit. Sorry, I shouldn't curse.
Also, Nefarious_bread is asking, is there any combat in this scenario? And the answer for that is no. But actually, you don't need it because you're battling the environment, and this is
You'll be fighting quite a bit with the balance.
yeah,
with the
definitely.
eco-balance.
So no new combat, but no need for that.
Yeah, the focus here is very much on a different aspect of the game and not on combat. Like that's the general idea of, I think, of Scenaires also, like that. Yeah,
It
has
can
been in the
highlight, you know,
past. Like
different
you
aspects
can
also
you
of
can
the
go
game,
into like less
Definitely,
depth,
yes.
but like you can also see there are some. I just went here. Like there's a lot more to explore on the map, so you can. I would definitely take your ship and take a look around. There are some ruins. There might be some other stuff that might help you. Like this one, for example, is going to give you some. I think there's some birds.
The birds,
right?
yeah.
Not quite
By the way,
sure.
You're also going to have a dev blog about this, right? Somebody wants to learn more about all of this.
Yeah, there's actually a dev blog that's coming out, I would say, after the stream. Does that make sense?
Makes sense. Is there any screenshots? I don't know. Is there any screenshots in there of when it looks when you screw up?
No, of course not.
Okay. Because
It never happened to
happened
me.
to you.
Yeah,
right?
it never
Like-
happened to me,
yeah,
no.
It's just Ollie is such a natural pro. Like, we don't know what it looks like when it's screwed up because Ollie just keeps winning.
Yeah. No, actually, the fun thing is like I've already talked to them before that, but the balancing, obviously, with such a difficult scenario with so many different new mechanics, that the balancing was really tough. So the times I've played, and every second time I start the scenario, it's like the balancing is different because it just has always something to fine tune, something to think like, okay, maybe is it too hard now if you start off, is it too easy? And like you said, we had playtests where the comments were like, this is far too difficult. And then we had another
But then
playtest later, and it was like, wait, this is a bit easy now. So yeah.
Yeah, it takes a while, you know, to find like the golden middle ground of balancing difficulty for something like this, definitely.
So Lisa, the fish, there's a number.
Yeah, so what's also new in this scenario, fish is a resource that is not like forever. So if you start fishing, you will have, for example, 50 fish, and then the resource is gone for that spot. So you should be very mindful of that. I mean, overfishing, as we all know, is a very bad thing. So we should definitely look if we can buy an item or something like that in the city that helps us from preventing overfishing the sea.
Well, to be honest, I have to say, as somebody who's terrified of fish, I love the fact I can get rid of them. So
You don't want to do that though, because it's not going to help your eco balance,
Yeah.
the water quality at
but
all.
I don't have to be scared of them anymore.
Yeah, you
That's
just
a
have to be
plus
scared of
and there's
the
ups and downs to
when the
everything.
screen number here turns
Being
into a
scared
red
of fish,
number.
losing scenario,
Yeah.
whatever.
But you see, like right now, it's still a positive, but if you start like overfishing, if the fish number of fish go down, it also means that this positive modifier here for the water quality will go down.
Okay, let's talk about a little bit like what are the factors that affect the different things. So obviously we just talked about water, for example, like its pollution or
Yep.
like overfishing. You also mentioned like some like monocultures.
Yeah.
What are, for example, how
Let me
does it
just
work
let me
with the
just
forms?
clear that we're in here, so you can see that takes workforce. So we always have to pay attention to that. Hey, you may need that workforce for your own production, but to clear each of these things, obviously it's just a timed one, but each of them will require a certain number of your workers for a short time, and then you get the building space, and obviously less the polluting impact
Yeah.
goes away. Yeah, monocultures. So I'm not sure. Let's take a look. Does it currently say it says plantation -1? So they're not quite happy that we're just planting plantains, but we can just place corn next to it, and you wait. Let me go back. You see, this has like this impact radius, which goes back to basically showing which other farms in this radius are affected by this. In this case, it would be a positive buff. So let me just put down some. Why don't we placing corn? Yeah.
Corn, yes.
Also,
82 of 84.
while you're setting this up, so there was the question if this is the only island that you can build on in this scenario, and it's true. It's the only island where you can build on, but you can find, as Ollie showed previously, some other islands with useful items around the central island.
It's definitely worth to go exploring this.
Yeah, there's lots of discovery.
Okay, so now you have you know how you have a plus here instead of a minus for your
Exactly. So both now
monoculture
give a
sector.
positive impact on your, and we are now with a +1. We were negative the whole time, and now we have a positive impact on Sol. So it's even increasing now. Yeah. So we can take a breather and be like, okay, immediate disaster, like fail in the first 10 minutes averted, basically.
Perfect.
So essentially,
But take a look, just to compare, like there's plenty of space still left. You just need to obviously get there and remove the ruins, etc. But like there is plenty of building space.
and all, plenty of ruins you have to get rid of.
Yeah.
So it's going to be very interesting to see. I think people are going to come up like with the best building layouts as well for multiculture, farming.
Yeah, because
and
again,
stuff like
like
that.
if I now start building only plantations like next to each other in this radius, it has a negative impact. So yeah, you might want to spread them out a bit further as you usually do, to not have this overlapping radius and therefore this negative effect. But like you said, I'm pretty sure they'll find out the best way of where to place things. Maybe this is not the best place to start your city. Maybe I should place it further to the right, or like obviously this is currently like taking away all the trees. So
I mean, I don't know what the best way is. I know it's not this, but
you as the expert who has played it multiple times, yeah. But yes, you will see a lot of new goods, as you can, like the tools you've seen, and some new buildings. But there will also like obviously be the trade union and the town hall for the items that you can craft, so you can still place them in your city. I don't think we get to anywhere where we can like actually get these items like the forester, but just keep in mind there's like this one to reforest the trees. There's a water purifier which can be placed in the ocean, and then what Lisa already mentioned is the aqua farm. So there's like an alternative way to prevent you from overfishing by simply having an aqua farm on land. You still need to sacrifice the building space on land, but the advantage is that you don't.
You need a special item for that, right?
For these 3 buildings, you need to craft an item first. Yeah.
So it's maybe maybe on your first run you may not even get these buildings, right?
Potentially,
Could be,
or at least not the permanent ones. Like at
okay,
least not the permanent versions, I think. Especially since you will probably first need to figure out a bit more like how the mechanics work. Like I know, for example, a lot of people like the first thing they do if they go on an island is like take the remove tool and remove all the trees to like better see where the building space is. I would suggest not doing that here because it will have definitely a negative impact on your eco balance, and reforesting that is gonna be a pain. Let's see. We unlocked the work loss. Is there any questions, or are they just so baffled that they just can't?
Where there are a lot of discussions right now. But so far, if anyone has another question that we need to answer, just post it in.
Or something you want us to show, like now here, if you've something. Otherwise, I just keep building a bit. Let's see if they're happy. Looks good. So
Looks like they are happy.
alpacas.
Everybody's
And
happy
cattle.
to live on Ollie Island.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's still a nice looking island. Let me see.
Okay, so that was the question: if there's a co-op mode, or if it's only single player mode.
This is a single player only scenario.
Yeah.
So you.
Yes. Show us the research center says 2,000 Timo.
Okay, let me just quickly connect that road here.
Give the people what they want, Oliver.
Sure. So the research center is right here above the marketplace, basically. This is it. This is I think there's even like here a
That's
former
really cool,
treasury,
actually.
which I think is empty. Yeah. So, yeah, and that's a research center. This is where they are coming up with these new solutions for the. Yeah. So.
Also, Honkmüller asked, Ollie, could you show us how it looks like when you fail?
No.
No.
We established it. I'm not failing the
Yeah.
scenario.
That's why people ask if
That's
you
the
could
point.
intentionally fail. Like, do you think?
I'm not sure if I'm
Do you
able
think
to.
if you try hard enough, you could fail at this?
Honestly, like even non-joking, I would really have to think about how to get the eco balance down fast enough, and I don't know if there might be a cheat for it. If
That's
there is,
true.
if there is, I don't know
something
it.
else as well, yeah.
But like, since it would really require you to do a lot of industry, just on overfishing and deforestation to get any of these down quickly enough, because you can see like this one is a minus. We have already minus 30 here, and like so like. Adding, I don't have any industry that I could like massively pollute the island with. So, yeah.
Also, we didn't play for too long now. And we are
Yeah,
already
yeah.
at
I mean,
minus 30.
anyways, as mentioned, it's coming up next week. It's free, so all of you will get your own chance to fail.
Yeah.
Or not fail. You know, either you fail or you find the Ollie within you and succeed all the time.
Is it by both 30 seconds, right? Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Somebody's complaining that they only hear excuses out of you, Ollie, for not failing. Is
Yeah.
that Ollie, I'm sick and tired of your excuses. Just fail.
No, like we said at the beginning when we said we skipped the intro, it's similar with the failing part. So we would love to see you fail. Please share your best fails with us on Twitter, and we make fun of them on the Union or something. Oh no, right, I can't move things. This is something, so you can't move buildings.
You don't get cost refunded either, right?
And you get, I think you get a little money.
Yeah.
Well, let me
The
test that. I
material.
can test
you
that.
get,
So
a
yeah,
little
you
bit of
get
money.
money, but you don't get the resources back. So you can still have the blueprint mode, so you can plan it out in advance,
But you cannot move anything.
but you can't move it afterwards. And like, obviously, you can remove it, but you don't get as much out of it.
So yeah, it is really like a little bit roguelike. It is not necessarily intended that you succeed immediately. We want you to try and maybe fail and learn some things about what could have done better, because I think that's also sometimes really the magic of Anno, like this. Now I got it. This is the layout, or if I place it in this order, because of course, like you're also quite limited with building resources. So the store, so you really have to be careful what do you build in which order. As you figured out, I mean,
Yeah.
that was the only time you ever failed, right? Like the thing with running out of wood earlier today, was it that? Or?
Well, in theory, I could have still placed it, but the thing is, like, I was so used. I think we had an early, at the beginning in one version, you always had 50 wood on the ship afterwards, and I was so used to allowing. Oh yeah, I can just use the wood I got on land and just transfer the wood from the ship. And then at some point, it wasn't the case anymore, and I ran a few times into the thing where like I built everything, and then then you need to wait. Like I think this doesn't cost any wood to build. Yeah. So you can still place the woodcutter and lumberjack, etc. But it takes a while, obviously, to get going again, to sit there and wait. I learned my lesson.
Sounds like a weak excuse again.
Old excuses, Oliver's.
Yeah.
Is there, let's say, is there maybe any big noticeable tree somewhere in this?
There's trees everywhere, dude. There's like
Actually, there was a
This is why I'm
question
lucky.
a little bit
Okay, there's another
earlier.
question. Okay,
A little
let's-
bit earlier about ornaments in the scenario, and the answer is no.
the happiness in general is not a. They are focused on other things. So obviously, like I think Marcelo already said at the beginning, like you will see a lot of things that are not as you're used to in the main game. A lot of like mechanics which
A
are
lot of
simply not
custom stuff.
in there. Like you can't change obviously who you are because you're Isabel, so you can't change your character picture or anything like this. And yeah, the happiness is also not the same. Like influence is also not playing. Is not a thing here.
A stupid dog, which is impossible because all dogs are smart boys and girls, asks, is there any new music in the game? Actually, I'm not sure myself about, but I don't think
Same.
there is.
Yeah.
I do not think so. Obviously, we already have New World music from the main game, but yeah, to be honest, we'd have to check. But I don't think there is this time around, from what I know.
So I've removed the second ruin here. I think in the past they got more expensive the further you went. Yeah. So this already cost 450 workers compared to the 75 I think the smaller ones were. And removing these ones before you then start building your dam, they also they cost a significant amount of workforce. You always get something. I think they'll also always leave some resources behind, and there's also some quests related to I think these specific buildings. And I think the thing is that if you remove these ones, these are also like a permanent thing. So if you remove these ruins here in that valley, not the smaller ones, but the valley ruins, they will stay removed if you fail and restart.
Yeah. But
The tree, right? You were
yes, I actually think we have to move on because there's something
Ooh.
else I want to show you.
Should I still show them the tree? Kind of makes for a good step to the next topic,
Segue.
right? Yeah, segue. Yeah.
Before we step into your topic, I just wanted to point out
topic?
something.
Oh, right.
It's not my topic.
No, it's your topic now.
It's your topic now, yeah. Because if you live in France, in Germany, in the Netherlands, in Australia, or in the US, and are interested in winning a signed copy, signed from the dev team, by the way, very exclusive, of the Eden Burning key art, then you might want to keep an eye on the social media channels of your local Ubisoft team.
So,
Because-
so that's Ubisoft Germany, Ubisoft France,
Yeah.
Benelux, Australia, and US.
Yeah. So if you want to win a poster, then keep an eye on that because they are will be raffled soon on the local territories.
Yeah, keep an eye on those. It's not going to be important. It's not going to be Anno channels. It's going to be the local Ubisoft, like Ubisoft France, Ubisoft Benelux. But keep an eye on these. We will sign them, and then they'll hopefully get shipped to you somehow.
Magic. Yeah.
Tree time, Ollie.
It's not like. Okay, I just want to show off the tree you were asking me for. So
Okay.
this is the tree. Let me see. What's it called? Seiba, Kaiba, Seiba. I'm not
Yes,
sure.
very good.
So one
I
of
wanted
these.
to look that
This
up
is the
before
first
the
time. This is the first time we failed today.
Well, well, they asked me to fail, right? So one of these, the tree which you
Exactly.
can find here in the scenario, and I heard it's also you can also find it somewhere else, right?
Yes. So we are now announcing a new, very special DLC that's releasing next week. It's called the Plant a Tree DLC. It's going to be €2 and $2.99, and it gives you that tree as an ornament. What is special about this, because you may be thinking that's a little bit expensive for a single tree, all the net revenue from that, so like all that's left over after taxes are gone, goes to ecology. They are a social enterprise that plants trees all around the world to fight carbon emissions. So it's it's for a good cause. It's helping the real planet, not just in the game. It's going to be available starting next week again for $2.99. Plant a Tree DLC. It will be removed from stores at the end of March. So it will be available in stores until March 31st, 2021, and then it's gone until 2022. And then it's gone until December of next year, so 1 year from now. Then it will be added for free to all players. So like, if you didn't get a chance to get it until March, you'll have to wait a few months and we'll get it then for free. But of course, we hope that a lot of you will want to buy it next week because again, all net revenue, that's at least €1 or $1 from every purchase. The reason we have to say is that is because I think we support like 42 different languages on Ubisoft Connect.
Currencies.
So that's languages, did I say? Sorry, currencies, yeah, 42 different currencies. So there's a lot of hassle there. I can tell you it was a little bit complicated to arrange this. But rest assured that if you buy this, at least €1 or $1 will go to a good cause, planting trees, somewhere around the world to fight carbon emissions. And also important, we as Ubisoft do not make any money from this. So again, all the net revenue goes to a good cause, planting trees. It's something we are very passionate about. Like the team has really pushed hard when we worked in the scenario, because we discussed for a long time. We're thinking, should we sell the scenario? But then we thought it's better, for it to be free, so it reaches the most people. But we also want to contribute something to ecology. So that's why we made this partnership with the Planet Tree DLC. So please, if you're able to, consider buying this DLC next week. €2.99, $2.99. Get this very cool. What is it called? Tree?
Yeah.
Excellent. Yeah, tree. And yeah. Again, you will find all the details about that on the blog. And I think that's what we had with Anno 1800.
Yeah, just from again, the blog is going to go live after the stream, a few minutes, I think. So you can read up on this and obviously ask any questions that you might still have on the Union or on the forums, Reddit. We are also looking at Reddit and obviously Discord and whatever. So again, I think we didn't show you quite a few things, also on purpose. Because we think it's a lot of cool things to discover still here specifically. So, yeah.
Then, I guess it's time to talk about our special Santa Claus gift. Lisa, what can players...
Lisa.
Yes.
No, it's not me.
Lisa's the gift we brought to you. No, working with Lisa is a gift for us every single day, right, Oli?
Yes.
Yes.
Also
of
because she
course.
frequently has to remind you to take lunch.
Yes, that's very nice of her. Yeah.
Very, very thoughtful, very considerate. Yeah, so
Basically,
we have something for you.
we have something for you. So basically, right now you can go to the Ubisoft Store and get the Anno 1404 History Edition for free till December 14, I guess.
I
I don't know the exact name, but the exact date, but you can also check it online.
I think basically till release.
Yeah.
Approximately.
Definitely. Also,
something.
you should always check out the Ubisoft Store because right now there are a lot of discounts on our games. For example, you can get the Anno Complete Gold Year 3 Edition for a 50% discount.
Yes.
So definitely check that out too. But yeah.
So yeah, that's our special Christmas gift to you. Actually, it's from Ubisoft because Ubisoft is celebrating its 35th anniversary this year. Man, being 35 again, that I wish. But that is a cause for celebration. So again, you can go now to Ubi Connect. It's live already. You can grab the Anno 1404 History Edition. Keep it permanently. It's yours forever. Play it. It's a pretty good game. I hear it's not as good as Anno 1800, of course, but it's still a pretty good game. And yeah, I think that's it from us today.
Yeah, it's crazy, right? If you look at the time, and it's already. I thought, okay, we can just play a lot of the Green Game Jam, and then it's it's almost over, right? If there are any more pressing questions that they are coming up with, or maybe all the questions we don't want to answer because they're spoiler.
I do not see any questions.
Are they happy though?
Yes.
Yeah.
I think. Chat, are you happy? And for the people who bought Anno 1404 History Edition, nothing, unfortunately not, except a whole lot more people that you can play with for free now. So, if any of your friends, family, whoever, it's Christmas, Anno 1404 is co-op, it's a perfect opportunity. Maybe sit together, get together, play some Anno co-op on the house, for those of you who don't own it yet. I think that's pretty cool, right? So yeah, that's it for today. Thank you so much again from all of us on the team. More than 2 million players. We're super happy with the success of Anno 1800. It's all thanks to you, thanks to your support. And if you've ever watched the E3 press conference from Ubisoft, you may be familiar with a certain tradition we have. So stay safe, stay healthy, and here's one more thing.